Good morning, this is Winnie Chitaka, empowering Ugandan women for the Uganda Youth Collective. Today is Thursday, 26 October 2017. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, if you happen to be listening to this right now. I hope you had a good night, and here we are, a brand new day for you to receive, for you to achieve, for you to discover what it is you are supposed to do, what it is you are here to do, for you to discover your why, your purpose. And as we continue on that pursuit, today I will speak under the topic or the title, Renewing Your Mind. Listening to many of you yesterday, listening to your stories of the things you have had to endure and the life you've had to experience to date. For many of you, it is not the life that maybe you imagined, or if you're a parent, it's not the life you imagined your children would have. Stories filled with sadness, some filled with no hope. But today is a brand new day. And it's quite evident and quite clear from listening to some of you that where you are right now is definitely not where you want to be. It's quite clear that some of you, some of the hell you've gone through, some of the things you've experienced, not only do you not want yourself to ever go through it again, but you don't want your children, nor your sisters, nor your brothers, nor anybody you know to ever have to go through that again. Some of you may have given up on life in a different light. But since you've continued with us almost 2 weeks, some of you are beginning to wake up and beginning to dream again. I'm beginning to imagine a life, what life would be outside of your current situation. So then the question becomes this. Well, Winnie, how do I achieve the life that I want? How do I live in that life that I dream? How do I have that dream job? How do I have that dream relationship? How do I build my dream house? How do I start that dream project? That business, that successful business? How do I go to that place that I really want to go to? Winnie, how do I do it? Let me start off this way. It is written. It says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Many of us are where we are right now as a result of the things we have seen, we have been taught, we have experienced. In my book, Empowering Mothers to Mother, I wrote this, that when a child is born, I compared it to a blank piece of paper. That when a child is born, they have yet to experience life. And whoever is the parent or whoever nurtures that child, they begin to write on that blank piece of paper. They write by the experiences that child will have. A child learns through the people they see, through the things they hear. And by the time a child is 7, 8, 9 years old, that child would have formed an opinion. And that opinion is based on the things they have experienced, the things they have seen, the people they have been around, the books they have read. This is why we go to school, or education is important. Because there are things that we are yet to know. But when we go to school, or when we are in the presence of some people, we begin to pick up things, we begin to learn things. And if you're in the presence of somebody long enough, and that person is speaking into your life, or when you're in an environment, regardless of whether it's good or bad, whatever is spoken a lot in that environment, or whatever is repeated on a daily basis, whatever you see, if you watch television, if you watch using your phone, whatever you are exposing yourself to on a daily basis, just like that child being a blank piece of paper, you too begin to write things onto your mind, onto your conscious, onto your subconscious. And the things begin to form the base of your opinion of who you think you are and what you think you can or cannot do. And so today, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, the life you want to have, how are you going to have it? By doing this: being transformed, renewing your mind, maybe up to date as a result of the life you have lived, as a result of the places you have gone to, as a result of the songs and the words you've been listening to again and again. Maybe you've lived with somebody or a group or a place where you've been told you can do nothing, where you've been told you're not good enough, where you've been told you can only come this far, where you've been told that because of your background, this is what you can and cannot have. And because it's all you've been listening to again and again. Maybe you're a part of some WhatsApp group and all they ever do in that group is gossip and put other people down. These are the things you're exposing yourself to every single time. But in order for you to reach the life you want to have, in order for you to fulfill your dreams, here's one thing you're definitely going to have to do: renew your mind. Be transformed by renewing your mind. How do you renew your mind? Change what you're listening to. Change what you're watching. Change the company that you keep. If you're among people that every single time you're around them, all they do is put you down, those are not the people you want to be around. Change what you're reading. Read things in line with the dreams that you have. Watch things in line with the dreams that you have. Listen to people that speak in line with the dream that you have. Some of you, this may be driving you out of your comfort zone. Having to listen to something other than a TV program. Listen to audiobooks. Watch, follow people, even if it's on social media, who are speaking things that are in line with what you want to do. For example, many of you have said you want to be a successful businessman or women. Some of you have said you want to be a speaker. That's good. Now that you know you want to be a speaker or a businessman or woman, watch, listen, get around successful business people. Now you're going to ask me, Winnie, how am I going to get around successful businessmen or women? How am I going to get around the best speakers to learn? In a book. Read a book. Find out who the best speakers are. Find out who the best businessmen and women are. And follow them on social media. Watch their videos. Listen to their videos. Listen to their audios. The more you will listen, the more you will renew your mind. Because what you're listening to, what you're exposing to, is what you end up thinking about all the time. And if you can fix your thinking, you begin to see the things that you thought were impossible. All of a sudden they seem possible. Actually, hold on a minute. Some of you have said to me, there are things you thought you were not able to do, but since you joined the group, you're beginning to realize, actually, hold on, I can do that. I can say that. I can go there. That's what we call renewing your mind. And as you continue in this group, empowering Ugandan women, many of us will share with you. And the more you listen and put in practice, you're taking the right steps towards fulfilling your dreams, fulfilling your purpose. As I said in one of my previous recordings, there is a purpose for your life. There is a reason for your existence. The fact that you were born and are still alive right now is evidence that there is a reason for your existence. So if you're going through a tough time right now, I would advise you, resorting to self-pity is not a good idea. Self-pity, I have found in my own experience, only drives me backwards and even undoes that which I have previously built. But when things go wrong, when things are tough, I have a principle, or I have a way of doing things. That when things go wrong, I allow myself 24 hours either to grieve or self-pity, 24 hours. And after the 24 hours is done, then I embark on finding a solution. For some of you, that 24 hours for you has been years, months. But now I challenge you to come to the end of that grieving period and start to renew your mind. Start to listen to the right things. Start to follow the right people. I'll also go as far as challenging you. Any group that you've been following, any person that you've been following, and as a matter of fact, every time you go to speak in that group, you come back depressed. You come back feeling worse than you went in. My advice to you will be, remove yourself from such a group. That book you've been reading, but every single time you finish reading it, you feel sad and depressed. Put the book down. You don't have to finish it. Instead, find another book. I'll be posting audio books in our group. Listen to a different book. Read and let your mind be renewed. And I want you to remind you of this. God has a plan for your life. Your patience is a reward for somebody. What you are, somebody out there is looking for. The world is waiting for you to discover who you are. Renew your mind and start to work. Continue to discover what it is you're supposed to do. That by the end of this year, you will see the fruits of having a transformed and renewed mind. As a reminder, I want to remind those of you, if you're joining us for the first time, don't forget to introduce yourself by telling us where you live and what it is that you do. And I look forward to speaking to you throughout today. So remember, God has a plan and a purpose for your life. How are you going to achieve that plan and purpose? How are you going to achieve your dreams? By being transformed and renewing your mind. How do you renew your mind? Change the environments you hang around in. Change the things you're listening to. Change company. Find the right people, the right books, the right places to be. The more you stay in those environments, your mind will begin to be renewed and you will start to walk towards fulfilling the plan of God for your life. Thank you so much for listening. This is Winich Tucker, empowering Ugandan women for the Uganda Youth Collective. I will speak to you tomorrow.